Hey guys, this is Owen Hoke with the Local 4 Digital News Team. I am here with our morning news anchor, Redrick Terry.
Hello.
And this is the second episode of Quarantine Conversation, where we're going to be talking to Local 4 staff just to kind of ask them how they're getting through with this quarantine and maybe give you guys some ideas of what you guys can do to occupy yourselves as well. How are you this morning, Redrick?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having me on here.
Yeah,
It's an
we just
honor and a privilege.
no, thank you. We just got done with the show,
Yes.
so you're fresh off of the set.
And I'm
here.
loopy. I've been working for 4 hours now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all bets are off.
Well, we'll get this through really fast so you can go home and hit that pillow.
Hit that pillow, snooze button, all of it.
Right. So just the first question I have for you is how are you passing the time? What have you been doing to keep yourself occupied once you get home?
You know, it's kind of difficult, right, when you get inside and you're trying to figure out what to do. But really, it might sound basic, but I've just kind of been sticking with good old reliable apps like Netflix, catching up on some shows. I know that the Tiger King is one that's everybody's been watching. I've started to watch it. I can't be honest with you. It's just I don't know if I can get into it, but I'm trying. I'm trying, and I'm passing the time by trying to do that. There's a lot of DJs locally and nationally that are doing some shows, things like that. There are a lot of different content that you don't normally get online that I'm seeing now and starting to pass the time with that. And other than that, just kind of being with my family, people that are like already in your house. Obviously, you don't want too many visitors around this time, but, just being with them, with my dog, and just spending some quality time with people that
Yeah,
matter most.
yeah. And who are you quarantined with right now?
I'm quarantined with my mother and my younger brother, one of my younger brothers at least. So, and my dog Spicy. Can't forget her. Can't forget
her.
Spicy.
Well, I mean, there are worse people you could be stuck with.
So I've heard. Just kidding. Just kidding. Of course, I love them.
So yeah, it's kind of interesting that you mentioned that because there are a lot of things happening right now that you really never saw before, like DJs playing on Facebook and just other things that people offering to go get groceries for each other. I mean, things like that are just kind of crazy to see. Like you would never expect that given normal circumstances, but it's kind of cool.
It is really cool. I mean, it's the new normal, right? And
Yeah.
that's kind of what we've been hearing a lot, and it's just kind of what we have to do. It's not going to be permanent, obviously. It's just something temporary, but whatever we have to do to get through this is something that we need to be doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So on to food.
My favorite.
So what is your go-to quarantine food option or food? Or
Well, believe it or not, it was like right before we got the stay-at-home order, and I was in Walmart. I was grabbing some things, just some things to stock up the kitchen. Our kitchen wasn't stocked up, so I had to go in there. And I was getting a bunch of things, and there's this one random thing that kind of caught my eye and grabbed my attention, and I haven't stopped buying them since. Fruit Gushers.
Fruit Gushers?
Yes, Fruit Gushers. Something I haven't had in years, but that's been like my go-to snack this entire time. I bought like the king size box. There's like 20 of them in one box, and it's been great. It's like the tropical and then the strawberry, and I have loved them this entire time. They're keeping me through this.
I never ate Fruit Gushers as a kid, but as a young adult in college, that's like all I ate was fruit. Like for when I wanted something sweet, Fruit Gushers. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
And then every now and then you open up one of the bags and like they're completely smashed in there. It's just like a sticky mess.
Yeah, I got that for the first time yesterday, and I was not happy.
And of course, some of the local restaurants are going to be,
too,
offering food and alcohol to go as well.
As I learned yesterday, there are some very close by that are doing that.
It's kind of crazy, actually.
It's wonderful.
You would have never, in any other world, you would have never,
No, you never would have guessed it. Again, new normal for right now.
New normal. So what is one thing that you took for granted before the quarantine, the stay-at-home order?
And that's kind of a tough one. I don't know if there's anything that I necessarily took for granted, but one thing I just miss a ton is just being around friends. Still keeping in contact with people via FaceTime or any things like that.
Right.
But just being able to, it's Friday night. You've got a group of friends, and you're like, hey, let's come over and watch a movie or something, or let's go out to this establishment and have a drink or two. Things like that. It's just like now that we've gone without that for a month plus now, it's just like, wow, I miss that a lot. You don't really realize how much you miss that social interaction that comes with gathering, but obviously that's something that we just can't do at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah, for sure. I mean, for us, a lot of times we would go after work
Mm-hmm.
and go just get a drink or
Yeah.
something, or just hang out. And that, yeah, I mean, it's been definitely more difficult to do things like that.
Right, exactly,
Having to
exactly.
figure out how to like sit on a porch and balance a plate on your, on
Exactly.
your lap,
Right. While staying 6 feet apart.
six
And
feet
did I
apart.
wash my
Yeah,
hands before this? Exactly.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, with those
I'm gonna
things.
pour these chips into two separate bowls. You know,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And finally, just do you have or what would you say to people out there right now who are listening that are part of the stay-at-home order or just doing their social distancing thing?
I just think that the more we do this now, the sooner we'll be able to get back to normal. So I know there's some people out there that may not be taking this as seriously as they should be. Um, just do it, and do it for not only yourself but the people you love, and so we can get back to normal as soon as possible. Because here we are in April. Summer is coming right up. It'll be here before we know it. We don't want to be in the house for that. I mean,
Right.
that just sounds like a buzzkill. And let me tell you something. I miss sports a lot. I miss sports quite a bit
I
right
know
now.
you do.
I'm going through it right now. We need these things to come back. These are parts of our normal lives that we miss dearly, and I think that these recommendations that have come out by the CDC and other health officials, they're what we need to do in order to get back to normal. So know those suggestions, do them, follow them. We can flatten the curve, and then we can get back to what we do normally.
Yeah, because I know you were especially excited for the Steamwheelers games.
Yeah,
So
I was.
yeah,
And the
so
first game was supposed to be the 21st of
yeah,
March.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. So we'll have to see how that all goes
Yeah.
and whether or not we can get back out there soon. But
yep, sooner the better.
thanks for joining me, Redrick.
Thanks for having me, Owen. I
And
appreciate it.
absolutely, and thanks for listening. We're going to be having more of these episodes coming out, giving you some ideas of what you can do and what life is like during the stay-at-home order for us working here at Local 4 News. Thanks.